Welcome back. Before we take a look at the day's business news, let's take a look at the stock indices across the GCC. The current economic concerns, from the Eurozone crisis to the state of emerging economies and global economic recovery, were among the highlights of the 5th Global Financial Markets Forum today. In 2012, the GCC nominal GDP reached about $1.56 trillion and is forecast to rise to $1.61 trillion in 2013. Meanwhile, the UAE's nominal GDP is projected at $368 billion according to the National Bank of Abu Dhabi. During the opening session, His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, UAE Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, highlighted the achievements of the UAE, particularly in the aftermath of the global downturn. He encouraged those, from global investors to thinkers, policymakers and industry players, to work together in achieving a common goal that will benefit all. Former British Foreign Secretary David Miliband, on the other hand, spoke about the UK's perspective on prosperity and stability in Europe. He said the Eurozone is very real and ongoing. However, there are strengths and lessons many could learn from.
I think it is a healthy way of analyzing in detail the issues and trying to rectify it. The problem which we were in, because the world financial order has not been attended to since after the Second World War. Now we live in a different environment, different circumstances. We have to readdress all these issues and put the right regulations to protect us and protect, in fact, the public from all these problems.
Parts of Europe are doing extremely well. Germany doing well, Northern Italy doing well, Scandinavia doing well. But the policy mix of collective austerity is not giving the space for structural reform to take place. And I think that's the conundrum for European policymakers. I see a pretty tough 2 or 3 years in Europe, but I think that beyond that, the strengths in Europe of very strong rule of law, institutions that have got legitimacy, really heavy investment in intellectual and in innovation, intellectual pursuit and innovation, science base. Those are strengths that will come good. And I think it's very important that Europeans put themselves in a position for that to happen.
His Excellency Nasser Ahmed Al Suwaidi, Chairman of Abu Dhabi Department of Economic Development and National Bank of Abu Dhabi, said in recent years there have been radical changes in investment trends, adding that open discussions at forums such as the GFMF will promote vital collaboration among local and regional markets to foster economic growth. To assist in this, and in an effort to increase the event's accessibility, Avaya introduced its 3-dimensional virtual technology today for the first time in the region.
With the economical situation, you find a lot of companies are trying to cut costs. They're trying to increase productivity. So first of all, you don't need to travel anywhere. You don't need to get on an airplane, travel for 8 hours to go to New York. You can simply log into using your browser, immediately attend, and it's once again in the region where sometimes some of the areas it's not convenient to travel to. There might be visa restrictions. All of these things can be overcome by using an interface and an application like Avaya Live Engage.
Emirates Airline will add a second Airbus A380 service on the Dubai-Sydney route from the 1st of June. According to the carrier, the second A380 demonstrates the airline's commitment to New South Wales and demand for the flagship aircraft. Deploying the Airbus A380 on Emirates' flight EK414 and EK415 will see an increase in capacity of 1,890 seats per week. According to Salem Obaidallah, Emirates' Senior Vice President of Commercial Operations for the Far East and Australasia, Emirates' decision is a clear indication of customer demand for the state-of-the-art aircraft and the growing popularity of the early morning Sydney service. He added that Australia represents an important market for Emirates and ranks in the top 3 countries on Emirates' global network. According to a recent Deloitte report titled The Economic Value of Sydney Airport, the benefits of an additional Airbus A380 between Dubai and Sydney would contribute an estimated 342 million Australian dollars to Australia's GDP. The report also notes that 4,400 jobs would be created as a result of the additional A380 service. Dubai's Nakheel on Tuesday released profit payments of 206 million dirhams to its lenders. The funds, due to be paid at the end of February in accordance with the developer's financial restructuring commitments, bring the total loan interest and trade creditor Sukuk profit paid to 923 million dirhams since restructuring. A Nakheel spokesman said that the developer remains focused on meeting its restructuring commitments to stakeholders while continuing to work towards achieving its corporate objective of creating a long-term sustainable business that contributes to the growth of Dubai's real estate sector and to the overall economy of Dubai and the UAE. And the Abu Dhabi Stock Exchange is looking to list some of the Emirates' large private companies to help boost liquidity on the bourse and ensure its benchmark index better reflects the economy. According to Rashid Al-Balushi, the chief executive of Abu Dhabi Securities Market, roadshows for the listings are planned later this year in the Gulf and in London to attract more investors into Abu Dhabi. The new firms will be listed as Tier 2 stock without the need for initial public offerings. Discussions were underway with the market regulator, with Balushi saying that he expected an approval to be given. Investors from the UAE currently make up more than 60% of trading volume in Abu Dhabi. The market index, largely driven by financial and real estate companies, gained 9.5% in 2012 and had a market capitalization of 249.5 billion dirhams. Balushi added that as part of the initiative, the UAE Central Bank will become the main settlement bank from the second half of this year, taking over from the National Bank of Abu Dhabi.